Some Central Texas runners who were in Boston during the bombing attack are now back home. We caught up with some of the first passengers off the flight from Boston to Austin. Joe Bertie crossed the finish line right when the bombs went off, making it tough to find his wife in the crowd.
My first thought is I just watched my husband run through that finish line. Did he make it to the other side? I didn't know.
I watched it explode, so it was kind of surreal. And then it was just chaos after that. Everyone started running towards me, and I was worried about people stampeding.
The lady right next to Mommy
she got her leg and a few fingers blown off.
The couple says an Austin police officer who was on Joe's running team is actually the one that helped reunite them. But as loved ones return home from the Boston Marathon, the investigation into who caused the terror attack continues. This morning, investigators found the lid of a pressure cooker near the scene of the bombing. All the while, people in Boston are gathering to remember those who died. Chris Pallone is in Boston with the latest.
Daybreak in Boston brought more meticulous searching in hopes of finding answers to the questions on everyone's minds: who and why. The FBI says it's gotten more than 2,000 tips, pictures, and videos from the scene of Monday's fatal bombing. Images like these from Boston's NBC affiliate WHDH, which show a package on the sidewalk and a picture taken before the deadly explosions, no longer there after the blasts. Investigators say the explosive devices contain ball bearings, BBs, and nails to increase the damage inflicted on victims.
Both of the explosives were placed in a dark-colored nylon bag or backpack. The bag would have been heavy because of the components believed to be in it.
The ATF is searching a 12-block area around Copley Square. No piece of evidence considered too small to help.
They are literally going over the crime scene with a fine-tooth comb, and there's a lot of information that's coming from the evidence and from our analysis of video.
But there are still no known suspects as investigators try to find clues that will help lead them to the bomber.
This is a guy who wanted to kill 100 people, and that's significant to the investigators and the commanders to try to have that insight into who they're dealing with here.
Insight, but not the answer everyone in Boston is looking for right now. Meanwhile, the city mourns its wounded and dead: 8-year-old Martin Richard, 29-year-old Crystal Campbell, and a Chinese graduate student from Boston University, all remembered at vigils held throughout the area. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Boston.
Well, this morning, Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano testified to Congress that so far there's no indication the Boston bombings are tied to any larger plot.